Hey guys, DanHeilman here, back with another Awaken Chaos Era video. Today I'm on the free-to-play account. I realized I've been doing a lot of very endgame guides, a lot of like stage 14s and, you know, Hell Stage 2, all that good stuff. Someone pointed out like, hey, I love your channel, Dan, but, you know, I'm not at stage 14. So I'm getting on the free-to-play account. I'm going to try to make a couple more guides on the free-to-play account. The free-to-play account is obviously totally free-to-play, and it's not amazing. I've only been playing maybe 2 months on there, but a lot of times I didn't log in every day, etc. So you should be able to catch up to this progress in a couple weeks if you play a lot and know what you're doing. Okay, let's just start off with a quick free summon, and then I'm going to do Queen of Tides. I'm going to show you my Queen of Tides team. I got it to be 100% now. Queen of Tides 12, and yeah, okay, we got a blue. Charles. Okay, so we're going to show you Queen of Tides, and I'll go through the gear, everything I have after I show you the run. I have 2 teams that'll work, so I'll give you 2 substitutions depending on what you want to do there. So let's go in there, let's hit enter. I guess I'll do a multi-battle of 1, and let's roll in here. You can use Rogi or you can use Valak for that slot. Doesn't matter which one you want. You can literally use either one. So you can use level 50, or Rogi kind of needs to be level 60 just to be the same. So either one is a direct replacement. You don't have to change anything. So that's cool there. All right. I will say that I tried it without Hakrin being A2, and I had a really low success rate for 12. As soon as I got my Hakrin to ascended twice, now it's a lot more stable. I'll say that for sure. I don't know why Santis is off. I'm going to leave Santis on actually for this. For Queen, I like Santis on because I don't have a wave clear. Now, if there's a bunch of different teams you can use in Queen. If you're using Zatlux, then you probably want to turn Santis' skills off. But since I have no wave clear, I want Santis' help clearing the waves. So I leave that on. She has their AoE, and she has the one that transfers poisons to a random unit. So we're going to do that. These runs are not super fast, and you do have to focus the right ad and then the boss. But this team is 100%. I have never seen a fail ever on these runs. I've done multiple 10 runs on it. And yeah. All right, I'm going to fast forward through the waves. Let's get to the boss. I don't want this video to be super long. So let's fast forward a little bit.
World will be consumed.
Of course, she blows her ult right before the boss. All right, we're on the boss now. And we're going to work on chipping down the right ad first. Because the right ad heals, you have to take him out first. 5900 ult from Rogue there. You can use Rogue, Rogi, whatever his name is, or Valak, and you'll have basically the same exact results. Now for your healer, you can use Rodira, you can use Blackhorn, you can use Mai the Asia, you can use literally whoever you have. All 3 of those units will work great there. You can use Yolanda as well, actually.
You do.
And you're just going to chip away at the boss here. Really no risk of anyone dying. Santis does get the water prison on her, but Rodira is able to remove it. Any of the healers I mentioned are able to remove debuffs on your team. So that's cool. You can see I get a good amount of deflects because I'm using the green units. And they have a decent chance to deflect against the blue units here.
You won't make it out alive.
All right, we should be finishing off the ad pretty quickly. Santa's got the prison again. There, the ad's dead. So now we get to work on the boss. Rodira, boom. She removes the prison just in time for Santis to use her ult. You can see every time they're hitting Rogue, he's just dealing damage automatically. 2,300 every time the boss hits him. And his ult does like whatever it was, 5,600, 6k. Again, you can replace for Valak if you don't want to build Rogi. Yeah. Valak probably only needs to be level 50. Rogi kind of needs to be level 60 because his damage is based on HP. So if you want a little bit easier time, you can definitely use Valak instead of Rogue.
You won't make it out alive. I will speak you away. This world will be consumed.
Queen still gets the shield here and there from the other ad, which is kind of annoying. But the poisons and all the other damage just kind of eat through the shield right away, so it's not too big of a deal. It just slows you down a little bit. You could probably kill the left ad if you want. I've actually never tried killing the left ad. Oh, there you go. There's a lot of poisons on the left ad. That'll help. Boom. There's a nice little chunk of damage for that left ad. And you can see no one's really gotten that low. Santis is going to be the one taking the most amount of damage, so you really are going to want the most amount of gear on Santis. You're definitely going to want level 60 on Santis, and you're going to want to work on that gear the most. Because Hakrin's going to have a ridiculous amount of defense, so he's not going to die. And the other two units are green units, which are strong against the boss, so they're just going to take, 50% reduced damage, and they're going to get deflects. So you can see they're really not going to take a lot of damage. My Rogi's taking like almost no damage. There you go, breaking the prison again. She's going to ult here, put a couple poisons on the boss and the ad, and that should be pretty much game over. Oh, she got the shield. There you go, 7%.
Is it all?
Alright, and we're dead. No risk of dying there. No one got low. Santis maybe got to like 60-70%, but did not get very low. It is an 8-minute run. Now, there's multiple ways you can improve it. Obviously, they require other units, but this is a very good free-to-play team. Ooh, crit and crit damage. Okay. Now, let's go through the units, and I'll go through the team. Let me just go back into the dungeon screen real quick and just show you what you can use. So, order that you put in here doesn't really matter, but the very first thing you want is Hakrin. An A2 Hakrin is basically required. You probably don't need level 60, but level 60 helps. It's going to give you more defense to everyone there. For the next slot, you want a healer. Now, you can use Rodira. She's a really good free-to-play unit. You can use Mai the Asia if you got her in the rookie summons. You can use Blackhorn if you manage to pull him. And you can use Yolanda if you have Yolanda. Now, you can put any of those units in here. I don't think Yolanda's as good as some of them. She has no heals. She only has shields, but she also increases attack. So if you're using someone like Zatlux, then that's a better way to do it as well. Now, you can probably run Zatlux in this team as well. You could definitely run Zatlux here with Santis as the last. Otherwise, you can use Rogi, like I just showed, Rogue, whatever, however you pronounce this guy's name. What a weird name. And then you can also use Valak. Valak's good in here. Valak only needs level 50. Again, he's a green unit, and he's going to take a lot less damage. Now, I'll go through all of their gear now. Those are the teams. You can see I use the heal spell and the resurrect spell. The resurrect spell obviously wasn't that useful for me, so you can use something different there. But let me go through the gear of everyone now. Santis is going to be your most important unit because she needs to be level 60. You're going to want to skill her up. You're going to want to get glyphs on her. And I have mine in a cursed set as well as my Valak, but stats are what is really going to matter. Again, mine's only A2 ascended. You don't need A5. You don't even need A2 really, but you will want to get roughly 20,000 HP, and you're going to want a decent amount of defense, you know, 1,300, 1,500, whatever. You don't need any speed on her. If you fully glyphed her, the 159 speed that you get is fine. Focus. You want at least 90% for stage 12. If you can get in the hundreds, it's going to be better, and that means you're going to be able to take her into higher content as well. The very max amount of focus you need for like stage 14 is 145. If you don't want any resist, you got to get to 145. Otherwise, you know, 80, 90 is fine for 12, and 100, 120, whatever for the hell stages. Agility is nice to have. I don't have a lot of agility, and resistance is nice to have. If you can pump those stats up and still keep these stats, then go ahead and do that. Now, let's talk about the healer. Rodira is a great healer. Otherwise, My the Asia or Blackhorn is going to work as well. Sets don't really matter for any of them. You just want her to be fairly tanky. So, again, I got 15k HP. I got 1,300 defense. Speed doesn't really matter. You probably want her to go before the boss because she puts that defense up. Again, does not really matter. Speed, I don't think you can have her slower than everyone else. Faster, doesn't really matter. Agility is nice to have. Resistance, nice to have. She does place decrease attack. So if you want to build her with some focus, that will help as well. There's my glyphs. Abilities are maxed. Again, sets don't really matter. You can see I have a focus set and an HP set. That's fine. You know, I got random items like this that just have a lot of health, defense, resistance, etc. So that's that. Now, the next unit is going to be Hakrin. Hakrin, as I said before, you really do want him to be level 60, and you really do want him to be second ascended. This is super important. 20% of defense to everyone on your team. So I built him in defense sets. If you have trouble keeping him alive for some reason, you can build him in a revival set. Stats are 3,000 defense. That's a good target. If you have really good gear, you can get to like 4,500. But even if you're at like 2,800 or whatever, you're probably fine there. You want some health to keep him alive. Speed, not super important, especially for this dungeon. Other places it might be important. Focus if you want to land taunts, a little bit resistance, agility, etc. Now, the last unit is Rogi or Valak. I'll go through both of their gear. Rogi is in a revival set with a health set because you really care about health the most on him. You do kind of want him to be level 60 because he's an elite unit, so he doesn't have a lot of HP. And that level 60 boost is really going to give him some decent health. You can see he's got 20,000 HP. He's got 1,600 defense. Speed doesn't really matter because he deals damage by taking damage. So that's that. Some other stats if you want to keep him alive, etc. Does he even have, is focus useful? Oh yeah, he has taunt. So if you want to build focus on him, you can totally do that if you want to land the taunt. But this is what you really care about. Counteracts with damage equal to 10% of his max health. It's only B health, so you really want to pump up that health pretty high. And now I'll show you Valak, because Valak is a valid replacement. You can literally drop him in with no changes to any of the team, and you can use Valak. My Valak is only 3rd ascended because that gives me the speed. If you want to go ahead and take them up higher, you can get some defense here. So 4th ascension is very nice to have. Glyphs are pretty much maxed. They haven't finished them out yet. Abilities are maxed. Gear set, he's in a cursed set as well. So That just helps to get extra poisons. Unfortunately, his A1 is not 100% chance to land poison, so Cursed is 50% less effective on him than it is on Santis. So if you can't get him in a Cursed set, that's okay. When I run him, I do turn his skills off because this does not place a poison, and this is just basically when he gets attacked, he has a chance to place a poison. Okay, let's look at the stats real quick. Speed, you do want him to go fast enough to go before Santis. That's important because Santis puts an extra poison if there's a poison already on the boss. So you do want the speed up there. 13,000 HP, 1100 defense is all I have here. The focus is very poor on my Valak. That's why he's not really increasing my runs that much. That's why I'm kind of using Rogi. You do want more focus. Again, you probably want 90% for 12. And again, all the way up to 145% max if you're trying to do Hell Stage 2. Okay? This team would kind of struggle on Hell Stage 2 because of the waves. The waves are very strong. But okay, that's my free-to-play Stage 12 Queen of Tides dungeon guide. I will make an Ash guide as well on this account in a couple days. So if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're not already, and have a great day, everyone. See you guys.